Kelly here with Spray Tan Class. How are you guys all doing? I wanted to sit down. Sorry, my hair is like not supposed to. Okay, there we go. I think it's like pretty normal, right? I wanted to get on here today to talk to you guys about my story, let you guys know where I came from, how I got into the business, and how it's pretty much changed my life. This might be a long one, but I'm going to keep it as short as possible. So, back when I was a spring chicken, around 16 years old, I ended up getting one of my first jobs at a tanning salon. I loved it. It was really fun, really easy. I was able to help people become beautiful into their tan skin. Little did I know how dangerous it really was. A couple years later, I decided to not work there anymore, and I decided to move over to San Diego, where I was working in corporate jobs. Pretty much any type of sales job or managerial job that you could possibly think of. I did very, very well there. I ended up making pretty decent money from the time that I was 18, which was amazing. Thankfully, I didn't blow it all. I was pretty responsible when it comes to my money, so I was able to save up, and I found myself quitting my jobs for about 3 months to travel, and then I would get another job, another sales job, to be pretty much in the same position I was in. And this cycle repeated itself for years. From the time I was about 18 up until about 26, I would say, 27, I figured out that I had had enough. I remember being a young child just thinking about what I wanted to do with my life. I always wanted to be, you know, something big, an actress, a model, even though I'm like 5'0". I wanted to be the center of attention. Growing up, I always would have these conversations with my mom, like, why would we just settle, basically? You know, why would we look at these people on TV and not want to be on TV? Why would we just kind of be at home and not do anything? These conversations are ones that I had when I was really young, and I look back at it and it's like, wow, what a smart little girl. But now, here I am, I'm 30 now, but at the age of 26, I had made the decision that I do not want to be in a corporate position anymore. I was at that point making 6 figures at my job, which was great financially, but for my own mental health and happiness, I was just not happy. I would go to work and I would literally start crying at work because of, you know, things that happened, and just not feeling appreciated and working my ass off and really not feeling like I was getting the treatment that I should have been getting. I felt like I was settling. So there I was, and I decided that day, that second day that I started crying at work, that I was going to make a change, and it was going to be a big change, and it wasn't going to be the cycle of doing this again, where I quit, I travel for a couple months, I feel better, and then I come back to be in the same exact position I was in. I, at that point, had saved up enough money to comfortably leave my job, and I decided to, yes, travel. So I traveled for about a year and a half, and I went to South America, I went to Europe, I went all over the United States. I really was a nomad. I was living out of my car pretty much for about a year and a half. It was really fun. I loved it. I really, really loved it. And during this time, I wasn't really thinking about what I was gonna do or where I was gonna go, but I ended up finally looking back at my diary and looking at these ideas I had for businesses I wanted to open. And the very first one was mobile tanning. Keep in mind that I've never received a mobile tan in my life. I honestly don't even know how I even thought of the idea and wrote it down in my diary. I have no idea till this day. People ask me all the time, like, how did you figure it out? I have no idea. So that day I called in and I got a mobile tan from a young lady in Riverside, and it was actually a really pretty good experience. It was really fun. And I decided to look into it. So I started searching and searching and searching, and as you probably know if you've searched, there's an overwhelming amount of information out there, and products and all kinds of stuff. I spent a lot of time researching, but finally I decided, you know what, I'm gonna stop thinking about this and I'm just gonna do it. It was a low cost to start up. I wasn't really risking much. I had the last couple of $1,000s in my bank account that I wanted to invest into this business and see how it worked. I have never owned a business in my life. It was really very scary, but very, very fun. At this point in my life, I was pretty much tired of traveling, tired of living out of my car, so I decided to shack up with my mom for a little bit in Riverside and open up this business. And you know, if it wasn't for me going to a seminar that was held in our small little city with a man speaking about business and why to start your business and all of this stuff, I probably wouldn't have started as quick as I did, but I'm kicking myself in the behind for not starting sooner. With that being said, I know that a lot of people who are starting a business really have that fear of the unknown, but I promise you it's not as hard. Should I say that? It's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. Getting a business license was very simple. The whole process was simple. Thankfully, I had a mentor to coach me through the process. It made it a little bit easier. I got my business license in a day. I got my seller's permit. I got my DBA, and I did all of the stuff that I was supposed to do in order to start this business. I got my insurance. I went ahead and ordered my equipment, and within a week, I got my equipment, I started practicing, and I made a lot of mistakes, but that's because I wasn't properly trained and I kind of just was like, oh, I can figure this out on my own. I'm pretty smart, but no, couldn't figure it out by myself, so I ended up getting training. Eventually, you know, I just realized that this was going to be a lot more for me than just spray tanning. I was so passionate about starting my own business and helping other people look amazing and feel amazing. Like the look on their face after they get a spray tan is just, it's pretty amazing, you know? So it was just really fun for me to start. I got really creative with it. I started researching about marketing, and I already knew a good amount about marketing, but I wanted to know more. Like, I really wanted to learn the ins and outs of the business. Still to this day, I take courses all the time. I've accumulated so many certifications, and just, it's fun for me. It's not work, and it's not something I'm dragging my feet to. After I got all my equipment, I took in my first client after a week, and ever since then, it's been go, go, go. I was doing mobile tanning in Riverside for a while, for about 6 months before I decided to stop that and up and leave to San Diego, because I knew that's where my heart was at and that's where I wanted to live. So with just a couple of $1,000s in my bank account, I upped and moved. I came over here and I took the risk of restarting my business all over again. While I was starting to build the business here in San Diego, I was working for Uber and Lyft and Sidecar, and I was making money on the side by just doing random odd jobs while trying to build this business on the side that I had no idea if it was going to work. You know, at this point I was pretty successful at it, but it wasn't something where I could just drop everything else that I was doing and just solely do this. I kind of balanced the two together. I eventually moved from just a mobile service to renting out a room in a salon, and that changed my entire business, which was amazing. I got a lot more clients that way, and I was able to get clients on a consistent basis. From there, about a year later, I moved into another location because that spa suddenly just closed down. When I moved into the second location, it had a lot of foot traffic, which was great. I was at this point getting consistent clients coming in because I learned how to market appropriately and correctly online. I didn't really need the foot traffic, but it was nice to have. This is the point where I really stopped working with Uber and Sidecar and Lyft and really just started focusing on spray tanning. So while I was working at this new salon, I actually went to school to get my aesthetics license. I finally got my aesthetics license and decided to open up my own salon, and it kind of actually just fell into my lap. It wasn't something that was like premeditated or anything like that. I opened up Slay Beauty Bar in La Jolla, so if you guys are ever in the area, please come visit. We offer spray tanning, of course, airbrush body contouring, eyelashes, facials, and waxing. So the doors that this small mobile business has opened for me has been absolutely incredible. It's been amazing. I now teach women how to start their own businesses and market themselves correctly on an international level. So that to me is like my dream job, was helping other people not only become and feel more beautiful, but also to create a life that they dreamed of, to get away from the 9 to 5 if that's something that they didn't want to do, or maybe to have a part-time job in addition to being a stay-at-home mom. There's so many different routes and so many different people that I have helped throughout these years, and it really is my dream, absolute dream job. Like, I wouldn't change it for the world. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I would still be doing what I'm doing today. And that, my friends, to me is success. I'm super, super happy. I would have never imagined that just having this idea somehow, some way would lead to where it's at now. And I love what I do. I have, flexibility in my schedule to kind of just do whatever I want. I travel to train women nationwide within the United States and actually in Canada as well. I work with people via Skype. I help them online. There's like a whole world out there of people that want to do this, of entrepreneurship, of really being in hustle mode and being that girl boss that a lot of us really, really want, but maybe are afraid to do that. And so that's my job, to create that bridge where you're going from, this idea of a dream to actually making it happen. So that's pretty much my story. I love it. I really do. So I hope that no matter what it is that you're doing, whether you're in the beauty industry or not, that you are following your passion, that you're doing what you truly want to do, that you're waking up and not dragging your feet to work, because I know that feeling, and that is absolutely the worst feeling ever, to not be in control of your life. Find the confidence and find the faith to do what you want to do, and just live a happy life. We only have one. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if I can help answer any questions that you guys have. And of course, if you guys want to join our free Facebook group, we are over there at Beauty Business Babes. You can also check us out on our website, which I will link below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you guys subscribe. I hope to talk to you guys soon, and have an awesome day.